I love a good paint pour, and whenever you're paint pouring a canvas, it works best to have another object that you're paint pouring on top of your canvas. For today's project, I'm going to be using Dollar Tree foam pumpkins and the Dollar Tree circle canvases. I thought these would make really great wall art to turn into pumpkin wall art. So what am I going to do for paint? One of the things I suggest doing for fall is to pick a color scheme. This year I wanted to go with a light and airy feel, so I picked 5 colors that I thought would be perfect for my color scheme. I went to Sherwin-Williams, color matched these paints, and picked up 5 sample paints. This is a great hack to make your seasonal decor cohesive if you have a coordinating color scheme. To set up my paint pour, I'm going to have 5 cups. I'm going to add in some pouring medium, and then I'll add my 5 colors on top of that. I always use this same tub for all of the excess paint. Then to kind of put everything together, I'm going to have a cup to elevate my canvas. Then I'll place one of my canvases down and then the foam pumpkin on top. I'll begin by drizzling paint on the pumpkin, switching between my different colors. Once my pumpkin is covered, I'll set it to the side so it can drip down that excess paint. I'm going to pick up the first canvas and put the second canvas down in its place. With my second canvas, I'll move the paint around to create those interesting shapes that we love to see on paint pours, as well as making sure that I cover all the edges of the canvas. I added in additional paint to the second canvas. I created some drizzle lines and moved the paint around on the canvas till I was happy with the look. With paint poured items, you want to let it dry completely overnight. To make the wall art look like pumpkins, I found these leather napkin rings in my craft room. I'm going to cut off the closures and then I'll hot glue them to the back of the canvas. For the pumpkin, I removed the foam handle and I added on a Dollar Tree floral leaf and a stick. Dollar Tree has several wood fall items. Don't overlook these acorns. They're great for adding in an additional fall touch. With my pack of acorns, I'm gonna stain the top with a medium stain color. Now, whenever you're staining something and then you go to paint it, you wanna make sure it's dry completely. So I let it dry for a day. Probably wouldn't have taken that long. Then I came back in with the sample paints I was showing you earlier, and I used a foam brush to paint the bottom half of my acorns. And then just add these into your decor. Make sure you paint that subscribe button. If you're watching me on your phone, the subscribe button is right next to my channel name. Click the red subscribe button so it goes from red to gray. You can also click the notification bell so you can see more videos like my Dollar Tree DIYs, home hacks, and room makeovers. Thrifted books are by far my go-to when I'm decorating. I love using them as a base for other decor, and the best place to pick them up is at the thrift store. So for this project, I bought 3 hardcover books. I'm gonna add paper to the pages so that it protects them whenever I spray paint the covers. Next, I'm gonna spray paint the back side white. I'm gonna flip them over to the front. I'm gonna spray paint the front side and the side of the books white as well. Last year, I picked up this fall tissue paper off of Amazon. I'll link it for you down below, but I'm gonna be using 3 of those tissue papers for this project. I'll cut the tissue paper down to size, and then I'm gonna add Mod Podge to the outer edge and the side of my book. I'll place the tissue paper down and then I'll wrap it to the back. I'll cut it off where I want it to end in the back, and then I'll Mod Podge the back side down. If you have any extra tissue paper on the edge, you can always add Mod Podge to the side of your book and press it in place. And I'll repeat these steps with my other 2 books. You can stack these up or put them out individually with your fall decor. Have you ever seen pumpkins in store that have like a really cool texture to them, or they're really gritty and they look super high end? Well, you can achieve that with a Dollar Tree item. So pull a couple of pumpkins from your stash that maybe you just don't like the color of them anymore or the look of them. You're gonna pull off the stems and then use those same paints that I showed you earlier in the sample paints, and you're gonna mix in sand. You can buy this in the floral and rock section at Dollar Tree. This is going to create such a gritty texture, plus it creates this thick coat, so you only need one coat of paint on your pumpkins. So you're going to paint a thick layer of this paint all over your pumpkin. Repeat these steps for your other pumpkins and let it dry completely overnight. The next day you can add back in your stems, and I have a whole new look to these 3 pumpkins. I love the look of amber bottles, but they can be kind of pricey. So to create this look, all you're going to need is any glass. The one I'm using is thrifted. And then I found this special spray paint that gives you a great amber look. This spray paint gives you a real see-through look. So you're going to spray paint 2 coats. One coat with it upside down, and then when that dries, you'll flip it over and do another coat. You don't want the spray paint to be super thick because you want it to have that iridescent look to it. Once that dries completely, you could fill it with your favorite florals. I'm gonna be using this pampas grass. Now, I started using this last year. It's a great pampas grass. I'll link it for you down below. You can also add in Dollar Tree pumpkins if you like. Next time you're shopping at Dollar Tree, be on the lookout for this gorgeous rainbow piece that I found. You can pick it up in a light pink or an ivory, and it looks so great with your other fall decor. Hey guys, I'm Liz, and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.